Alright, the test, final revelation. Let's go. Before experiencing the test final revelation, we finally recommend you play the prequels to test and test hypothesis first before venturing into this experience. You will stand to gain a lot from this experience if you played the other two titles. I already know. Could you stop whispering in my ears, please? That'd be great. Do. Yeah. Yep. Yep. I already played the test and the test 2. Well then, let's continue. Please make sure that you answer each question with the utmost honesty and that you take your time to answer the questions presented. Even answering one question improperly may drastically change your outcome. You cannot go back to the answered questions misread. Yep. I got you. Don't worry. Who are we talking to this time? When the sun comes crashing down and the heroes fade away, darkness is all around, there is no light of day. I will come for you so that you never feel alone. My spirit will push through. Your heart will forever be my home. And when the world spirals into the abyss, I will be standing there, raised so long I've missed. My soul, my love, my bear. And when every nerve that has been left at bend, and every ghost that is left in shell, I will bring you back to heaven, rescue me from my hell, as you rescue me. That's a nice little poem. I butchered it, but hey. No matter what happened, I'll always love you. Promise? Every ounce of my heart and each droplet of my soul, I swear to you, we're going to find a way out of it. Well, that's new. Testing room. And who the fuck are you? I wasn't expecting you so soon. Though I knew that one day we would meet in this room. You see, closely, I've been watching you. Studying every breath and every move. A few of my former colleagues you may have met. And a slew of questions you've answered without regret. Oh, you're a rhymer. I may be similar, but unlike them still. I'll make you swallow the truth like a bitter pill. I will peel the emotions from your soul. And make you eat your feelings whole. The question I ask may be hard to answer, but I will cut the truth from you like cancer. Both of us know why you're here. To open up and cast out fear. To be honest as you can. To take an angel's wing or a devil's hand. And in the end, we both will know how to escape your undertow. Time is on your side, but mistakes are not. Misanswered questions lead to misery or rot. Time to think before you decide. Take time to think before you decide. Dig deep for the answers that live inside. You may not go back. You may not return. Once decision is made, into your soul 'tis burned. But before we continue, just know this. Your dishonesty would be very remiss. If you answer the lack of guidance of truth, your final destination would be rather uncouth. So with that being said, I need your heart's honesty. You can run from yourself, but you can't run from me. Cool. Now, let the experimentation begin. Do you ever feel like you aren't good enough? Yes. You ever feel like you're putting in more effort into your friends or relationships than others put back into you? When I'm in relationships, yeah. Friendships, no. But yeah. Do you ever feel like your life is going nowhere? Kinda. Do you ever feel like you're trapped in limbo? Yes. Do you ever feel overwhelmed by seemingly trivial tasks all the time? Are you sometimes afraid what your future may hold? Yes. Jesus Christ, you're just coming straight out with all the sad ones, aren't you? Do you believe that your friends always treat you the way you deserve to be treated? Yeah, honestly. A lot of the times. Always, that your friends treat you the way you deserve to be treated, always, but I guess no. Most of the time, yes, they do, but sometimes, no. Are you afraid of being the last person alive in your social circle? No, I haven't actually thought about it that way, but no, I'm not really afraid of being the last person. I'm probably not going to be, but no. Are you afraid of the existence of an afterlife? What it might mean for you? Am I afraid of it? No. Not really. Do you feel as though you wanted in life? More and more so here lately, so yes. Do you ever feel like you just don't belong? Oh, yeah. Do you ever feel like a burden? Yes. Have you ever felt left out? Yes. Have you ever felt like a failure? All the time. Have you ever felt like you just weren't attractive enough? Yes. All the time. Have you ever worked yourself sick? Yes. And yeah, I have. Do you ever have racing thoughts at night that make it difficult to get to sleep? All the time. Or being insomniac. Are you afraid to ask for help? Yes, I am. Of course I am. Most people that need help are afraid of it. Do you feel like people often criticize you? No. Well, some people, yes. But not... Yeah, I'll answer yeah. Do you ever feel judged by your friends or family? Yes. Do you ever wonder what your purpose is in life? All the time. I'm pretty sure that's most people. If you could turn back time for any reason, would you? Yes! Oh god, yes I would. I think about that all the time. Would you say that you have many regrets in life? Yeah, I do. Does meeting new people for the first time make you uncomfortable? Yeah. It does. Quite a bit. Does looking out your window might make you feel uneasy? Well, no. Not really. You used to, but not anymore. You sometimes double check that your doors are locked, even though you are certain that you already locked them. No, I don't normally lock doors, and when I do, I forget to unlock them. You ever feel like life is moving slow? Yeah. Too slow and too fast all at the same time, but I guess that's life for you. You ever feel... Yes, I do. I just said that. Do you feel uncomfortable when you're home alone? Not anymore. I used to when I was a kid, but now not so much. Would you consider yourself a thoughtful person? I overthink. So, I know that's not thoughtful, but yes, I try to find. That's why I'm bad at giving gifts. I want them to mean something. I can't really think of things that mean anything. But yes, I do think I'm thoughtful, but I'm not good at it. Would you consider yourself to be superficial? I no. There is some superficial things in my life, but no, I don't think I am. You ever judge others by the way they look or dress? I mean, that's kind of what everybody does. It doesn't. Yeah, yeah, I do. Do you consider yourself to be? Yes, I do. Have you ever been bullied by someone you cared about? Yeah, all the time. My friends. God, I bully my friends and they bully me. That's how we are. Have you ever been bullied by someone you care about? Yeah. Tried to keep a low profile to avoid attention. Crowded areas. Yes, I do. You actively avoid busy places. Yes, I do my best to. You sometimes rather be alone than surrounded by people you care about. Uh, no, because currently I'm mostly alone most of the time. And the days when my friends are here or my dad's here are the ones I enjoy the most, even though I get very upset with them. No. Making phone calls make you feel uncomfortable. Oh, God, yes. Are you sometimes afraid to confront people when they do something that bothers you? Yeah, all the time. You feel uncomfortable when committing to definitive plans for the future. A little bit, yeah. You ever feel like no matter how hard you try, you just can't stay motivated? Yeah. You ever feel like failing those who care about you? Yes, I do. Does driving a vehicle give you anxiety? No, it's actually one of the most calming things for me. You're afraid of exploring new places by yourself? A little bit, yeah. You ever carried an object around with you that made you more comfortable? No. Like a safety blanket, I'm assuming. No, I don't think I have. If I told you that I could guess your name, believe me. Yeah, no, I wouldn't. Well, based on the answers you provide me so far, if I were to take a guess, I would say your name starts with the letter M. Does it? Doesn't it? No, it doesn't. Makes sense. Real here. There's literally no way I'd be able to guess your name. Answers. That'd be ridiculous, right? Besides, of you humans look alike to me. Does being around animals bring a sense of peace? Yes, it does. I love animals. You sometimes believe your loved ones are lying to you. They say they care. Yes, all the time. Feel like you push your loved ones away. Yes, I do. I'm going to have to stop you here. Truth that pours forth is incredibly clear. I hope that you're honest with your own health. Honest for your own health. And try to lie. You'll be cheating yourself. I'd like to move on to the next phase of the test. A series of pictures to get the test. You're going to tell me what emotional response they bring up. Show me your mind. So feast your eyes upon the art. And let me into that precious heart. For starters. Ooh. Uh, I don't. The first thing I thought was like relaxing for some reason. Not oh, relaxation is right there. Okay. What would you describes picture best? What? Which would it? Either chaotic or beautiful. I think chaotic would be best. Do you think this picture? Oh, chaotic crystals, the portal, soul abduction, mystery, celestial stairs. Honestly, chaotic crystals is probably the very interesting. Moving on. Ooh. Numbness is the emotion from this one. Toxic, honestly. Corruption waves. Alright, darkness within, blazing souls. Corruption wave actually seems best. I see. Next we have this one. Ooh, that's so pretty. Oh, that made me happy while looking at this one. Glorious. Twin mirrored space planets galactic. Glorious is honestly it. Vault, I see you. Reflection of the universe actually fits this one really well. Noted. Take a look at this one. Ooh. No, that's ominous and honestly a little depressing. Fast. Gateway unknown. Nope. Yeah, fast. Light at the end of the tunnel, the porthole, dimension door, the rabbit hole. Stairway heaven. I guess that one, yeah. That's peculiar. How about this one? Ooh. I feel that eye ring, this darkness, lightning, blaze. Nest of Darkness actually fits very well. I'll make note of that. And this here. Ooh. Ooh. Impression for this one. Even though it's all colorful, I don't know why. Like it's trying to make up. Shrouded. 4 steps. The masking. Yeah. Now this one. Ooh, that's pretty. Kinda. Planetary, collide, blossom, wings, feathers, heavenly. Honestly, collide. Nature's gift until we meet again. That one, actually. And how about this? Oh, that's Angie. Oh, that's Angie right there. Brimstone, Shattered Fault, Fury, honestly. Rage incarnate. Yeah, it's very interesting you say that. How about this one here? Ooh, that's ominous. Depression. Edward Vale. Analyzing it. Yeah, analyzing. Matrix Watcher. Yeah. Now this one. Oh. Warp. Birthplace of North Heart. Place of Drink. Yes. This. Figured. Puzzle. Disfigured. Deciphering. I broke you. The crystalverse. Yeah, that worked. We're almost done. Oh, that's a chaos right there. Dark slime vapor melting. Oh, vicious. Dark light. Yeah, that fits really well. Interesting choice. Let's see here. That's a sword. Solar blade. Yeah. Done. Just a few more. Ooh. That's depressing. Cosmic. Sphere, Eye, Beauty, Pearl. Cosmic. Marble of Time. Intelligence. Intelligence, actually. That's surprising. Almost finished. What emotion does this make you feel? Honestly, that. Gaseous, chaos, warped, wave, nebula, jungle. Gaseous. Actually, gaseous. Vaporous forms, light breaking, soulless space. Actually, that one fits for some reason for me. Very good. Last one. What emotion does this make you feel? Relaxed. Fire voice, hollow. Solidarity void. Hollow, actually. Sound of silence, empty world. Empty world. Warped hole, no. Notes of harmony, static, empty world. Answers have been documented well. Deep into your subconscious, they not finished with you just yet. Still some to make. In fact, we start. We will have a great deal of fun before we part. We challenge you to a level still. I'll pick you until I get Bill. This next set of questions will test your consciousness more. And again, I honestly do implore. 1 year, you're running a little low on funds to purchase present holidays, so you decide to spend $1 to get everyone in your. Give each one of them their own lottery ticket. Drawing is held. Your family jackpot, but someone who don't really get along with. Present obligation. They planned to keep all the money for themselves. Feel it was their ticket. Indifferent. How it kind of goes. Very well. What would you wish to do in this situation? Ticket, destroy the ticket. Killed. Be happy with the ratings. Fuck it. And B. The roles were reversed, and you were giving a glowing look. You share the money with your least favorite family member. Bought the. Yeah, I would. To me, if someone gave me a winning ticket, they're getting at least like half of it. Let's see. Now, you're walking through the forest and you come across a black suitcase. Inside the case is $1,000,000. Alongside the money, there lies a bloodstained note. Only one word written on it. What's the... Let's get this blood. Just, anxious. What would you do? What would you wish to do in the situation? Call the police and let them know about the suitcase, actually. Because technically, it's not yours. You're gonna get a reward for it. So, I mean, you're still gonna get money, but... If the note wasn't covered in blood... You just... Oh, it wasn't. Interesting. Devil appears in your night while you're alone. Just about to fall asleep. Tells you that he has a special one-time offer. Go. Exchange for your soul and eternal damnation. Choose vehicle bargain. He has not told you what those bargains are yet. Let's make you feel. Suspicious. I don't think the devil truly exists. I don't. The devil goes on to assure you, whether you believe him or not, him to truly be the devil. Surely is. To prove his point, he demonstrates the magnificent magical prowess, drags you to hell for a split second, transporting you back to your bedroom. That second, feel a lifetime of pain, suffering in the most impossible. Then goes to tell you one of his offerings, soul. Make a bargain. Choose for all the wealth and power in the world, never aging, but can still die from physical. One person back from the dead. Sell my soul. Honestly, I don't think it would. None of those is precedent. Yeah, wealth would be fine, but not for agony ever. The devil offers you some other kind would have to in exchange for eternal death. I don't think I would. I can't really think of anything I would give my soul for. Oh. Let's see. Civilization is about to come to an end. A plague sweeps the globe, turning everyone who perishes living flesh. Watch as everyone you know becomes gravely ill and turns 5 of your as a incredibly sad. Cited. I do. Honestly, incredibly sad. zombie apocalypse 10 years from now. And you could prevent it happening. Yes, of course I would prevent it. So, you've been working at a company for 10 years, and you've been promised a very important and incredibly lucrative promotion. Someone hired only a number of weeks just been. Boss essentially tells you tough luck, that one day you might get the promotion that, and they had to promote other friend. Betrayed. Honestly, that would. I wouldn't really get angry. Well, I would, but it would be out of the betrayal. And the jealousy, not so much. The betrayed. I've also learned a few secrets about the company that could be disastrous if they ever escaped. Such as the fact that they hadn't been properly reporting their income for the last day. What would you do with it? Honestly, I would probably quit. Look for a new one. The roles were reversed, and you were hired and promoted as a favor over some more deserving. Accept the position. No. No, God, no. See, very interesting. You're home alone at night, cooking in the kitchen, and you turn to realize that someone is watching you in the darkness. They have their face and hands pressed up against the window. They make direct eye contact with you before running out of sight. The other side of the house. So anxious, I don't know what's about to happen. Honestly, I'd have some anxiety. Yeah, anxious is probably. Oh, I didn't even read that there was that last one. Protective. I need. Okay. But I'm home alone. So, I think I'd just be anxious. Not so much scared, because not yet anxious. What do you think? Lock doors, call please. My nearest weapon in the house and prepare myself. Check to see if anyone's in the house. But you said alone at home. Run out of the house and go to the neighbors. Grab the nearest weapon, prepare myself. But if there is someone else in the house, then check to see if everyone's safe. If the face you saw in the window was the face of a supernatural entity, not of a human, your answers change at all. No, I don't think it would. I'm going to present you with some more potential scenarios. I'm going to ask for more simplistic. Oh. Not feeling too well. Decide to go to the doctor. Doctor runs a series of tests and get back to you. After turns out you've contracted an incredibly rare illness. Illness causes the body to complete body paralysis for 6 months. Action. Meaning that in less than half a year, you're unable to move, talk, or any form of expression will need to be kept alive on feeding tube. Again, kept alive and you want to be kept alive in the state. Oh God. I don't know. For one, I'm terrified of death. At the same time, also terrified of never being able to do anything, so it'd be the same as death. So, just pull the plug, yes. And normally with illnesses like that, once they get to a stage like that, they can't be reversed either. So, I just Pull the plug, I guess. How would you like to spend the last 6 months of your life while you're mobile? Families, pursuing dreams, every need accomplished. For a better place, well in self-pity, and probably want to die. I'd probably spend it with friends and family. With a follow-up of traveling and doing what I don't want to do. So yeah, friends and family is the first thing. There are diseases out there that you can put that can put you in that sort of unfortunate state. Knowing this motivate you to never done before. More from life, or feel relatively affected by the knowledge of this. Well, I would like to say it motivates me, but it doesn't really change anything. Noted. You have a pet dog whom you've raised since birth. Years have passed, and it's the best dog you've ever. You love it like it's your own child, and one day, away in the middle of the night, chasing after it, after a wild animal in the darkness. You search everywhere for you. No matter what you do, you can't seem progress. About a month passes. I haven't seen trace you, friend, until we can do the sound of barking. Rush outside to find that your elderly neighbor is out front lawn joyously playing with your dog. Named Beast Johnny, and him and your dog seem to be having lives. Rush over to hug your dog and face, but your dog says, "Good boy, isn't he? Lost him when I was just a boy, about your age. Back. Johnny has come back and we're together again. Come to find out your elderly neighbor is suffering from dementia, precisely brought on by the stress and heartache of life a couple months prior to finding. Dementia has caused him to believe that your dog, Johnny, is his old dog from his childhood coming back to life. The dog seems to be in great shape, very happy, and well looked after. Know that telling the old man that isn't really his dog, your dog would break his heart and crush him. Break the news to him that it's his dog and just let him keep the dog and daily walks. Nah, man. Nah, I'm sorry, but that's my dog. Does the story make you feel that at all? Yes, it does. Obviously, it does. Do you imagine yourself in the old man's position, so alone in life, finding one thing that makes you feel less alone, and potentially having to face away from you? Yeah, I can. Next question. Let's say you were viciously murdered by a serial killer and you fell for one of their traps as they lured you in, made you their latest victim. Now let's say that you are also given a unique opportunity in the afterlife to return as a spirit to roam the earth. However, you're bound to two potential options and only two. Either you can choose to haunt your assailant and make his life miserable, hopefully foiling his plans to kill in the future and potentially save lives in the process. Or you can choose to spend your time as a spirit amongst your still living family and friends, guiding them in positive ways, making their lives better. You are bound to whichever option you choose until your family and friends are no longer living, or your serial killer is no longer living. You cannot choose both. Which one would you choose? I would want to stay with my friends and family, to be honest. But the way you phrased it, stopping someone from killing more. I think I would be selfish in that situation. With friends. You think you have what it takes to drive your killer over the edge? I said I want to stay with friends and family. But if I could, I think so, yeah. I believe that the scenario is possible. No, I don't. The situation happens to They were viciously killed in this. Rather than, which would I want? Well, want them to stay with their friends, because being around the person that killed you, I would feel like that's very, very bad for their mental health, even if they are already dead. Next question. One night you go to sleep and get a good rest that feels like the best sleep you've ever. Wake up in an unfamiliar bed. Look in the mirror and you hardly recognize yourself. You look as though you've aged. Sticky note on the television that says press play. You oblige. The note hits the button. Are still alive and well. They all seem 20 years. Explain that every single day for the last 20 years, the same day over. Due to a severe head injury, memory what doesn't last. Okay. 24 hours prior, fight. Loved ones have made a video for you. Let you have a say in your. You have the option of watching this video every single day, or know that's what's going on in progress. Step to progress your day, though you won't have any selection of it. You can choose to continue living as you had been, over and over. Ignorant. Should you choose it? I'd rather watch the video every single day, because I want to move forward even if I can't remember. Be upset with your family that truth from you. So felt like good. Kept the truth from you for 20 years. I would be upset, yeah. Your best friend was in this situation. Make a video telling him the truth, or would you? Or to keep them happy. No truth. I would make the video, honestly. You come to find fantastic digging in the attic. Or, you come to find through frantic digging in the attic that reading old files and newspapers that your parents are famed psychologists. You also come to find that they aren't really your parents. In fact, they're not even related to you at all. From what you can gather through your discoveries and story tells of a young child who developed psychotic tendencies and went into a trance before murdering their parents in a tragically brutal way. However, that child suffers so much trauma from the event of the loss of the parents. Once the trance had worn off, they repressed the memory of their parents' death, blocking it completely from their mind. 2 psychologists took the child to treatment and performed studies against the child's knowledge, raising that child to be a fully functioning adult while playing the role of the child's real parents to further gain data and potentially help the child avoid a terrible life. Process, you are that child. Would you resent your parents? No, I wouldn't. They did what they thought they could do. Would you be grateful they gave you a saying? Yeah, of course I would. Would you feel betrayed? No, not at all. Would you confront your parents about the articles? Yeah, of course I would. If you were in your parents' position, would you do the same for a child in a similar situation? Yeah. Interesting. I have one final scenario before we move on. And the end of the world has come and gone, and all that's left are post-apocalyptic soldiers roaming the lands, coming through towns, and laying waste to any survivors in their paths in hopes of reclaiming the equipment for themselves in order to survive this harsh, barren wasteland known as planet Earth. You get in good with a large colony of soldiers and spend about 6 months with them before they decide that you're not pulling your weight. In order to save the very few food rations they have left, they exile you from the compound and send you to fend for yourself. You decide to venture forth, knowing it. Venture into neighboring towns in hopes of finding food. that was left behind by raiders. It only takes about a day and a half before you strike gold. A hidden underground bunker stockpiled to the brim with enough food to feed an entire colony for a year. I have a few choices to make. Would you go back to the colony and about the bunker, or would you stay in the bunker all by yourself? I would probably go back to the colony because I would have had friends there that I would want to take care of. If you could choose to only tell some of the soldiers about the bunker and let them in, yeah. Honestly, yeah. If you were to lead a new colony, would you build it based on savagery and raiding? Would you build it based on sharing compassion? Sharing compassion, honestly. Fuck that mentality that it's yourselves or nothing. If you were the leader of a colony that exiled you, except it was you who exiled someone who wasn't pulling their weight, and that person just so happened to find themselves in a similar situation where they found a jackpot with food and underground bunker and share with you in the colony, would you raid and steal it for yourselves or let them keep what they found? Let them keep it, it's theirs. Very interesting. Well, that wraps up this portion of the test. I need more from you to allow you. I need more from you before I allow you to rest. A choice here, a choice there. Which would you rather? More dilemmas abound from what I can gather. And you will answer clearly, crisp, and concise. You will be selfish, or is your conscience a vice? In just mere moments from now, we both shall see the difference between you, who you are, and who you wish to be. Let us begin. Would you rather abandon the person you love most, or be abandoned by the person you love most? I'd rather be abandoned than abandon someone I love. Yeah. Would you rather have friends in high places? My voice is starting to kill me doing that other voice. High places, like anything you want, but didn't necessarily care about your friends. I want stronger bond. Fuck that. 10,000 and get to keep it for yourself, or 20,000 and have to split it 4 ways with friends. Oh, 4 ways with friends. That's 5,000 piece, dude. Would you rather cheat on your partner but never get caught, or know that your partner cheated on you but have no way of proving it? I got cheat on because that doesn't change anything in my life. Would you rather get rich through illegal means, or poor but live in honest? Live honestly and sincerely. Would you rather press a button that would kill your favorite pet, or press a button that would kill your favorite family member? I would honestly kill a pet over a family member. I hate it, but it's what it is. Rather get fired from a high-paying job, or have to fire your friends from a... Fire me from a high-paying job. My friends don't deserve that. I'd rather sleep with your step-living or sleep with your best friend's partner. What the fuck kind of question is that? I... No, I wouldn't betray my best friend like that, so I guess I have to do the sibling thing. Yeah. Would you rather save your best friend from certain death and let 1,000 strangers die, or save 1,000 strangers to let your best friend? I'm sorry, but 1,000 people gotta die. Would you rather get free food for the rest of your life, or rescue a starving child from a third world country? See, I guess the better option would be saving a child, because I can work. My life doesn't change, so I guess rescuing a kid is a good option. Yeah, yeah. No, I can work for food. It's fine. Would you rather be witch without but without family, or poor with family? Rich without family. Uh, it- there's only like a select few people in my family that I care about. So if I got rich and I didn't have family, I'd still be sad. Don't get me wrong. But you know what? No, fuck that. Poor but with family. Would you rather have to steal food for the rest of your life in order to eat, or steal enormous amounts of money from the wealthy that have to destroy the money immediately? I'd rather steal from the wealthy and destroy it than have to steal food for the rest of my life. Yeah. Would you rather serve 4 years in the military during wartime, move to a third world country, or be allowed to return? All my friends are at home, so I guess 4 years with the possibility of dying is better than never seeing anyone care about again. Yeah. Rather, would would you rather always be traveling 10 miles above the speed limit or 10 miles per hour below the speed limit? I would say below, because that's much better than going too fast. Would you rather never have sex for the remaining of your life or have sex with every day in order to stay alive? I'd die very quickly, so I guess never sex again. Would you rather be addicted to hardcore drugs for 10 years but make a full recovery, or addicted to alcohol for the rest of my life? I'd rather be addicted to alcohol for the rest of my life. I mean, out of those two options, because 10 years of hardcore drugs would kill you. Jesus Christ. I know there's plenty of people out there that don't, but I know my personality. I'm a very addictive personality type. I would probably die. So being an alcoholic is a much better alternative. You'd rather live to be 200 years old and perfectly preserved youthful body and have your friends around you, or live to 70 and die before your friends and family? I'd rather live to 70 and die before my friends and family. Yeah. Rather sacrifice all your friends in order to survive, or sacrifice both of your parents? Ah, that's a fucked one. I mean, the question is sacrifice my dad or all of my friends. I can't make that because they're all just as close. I think I would sacrifice my friend. I'm not sure. Yeah, I would. Would you rather get acknowledged for your work, but that you didn't do, or work hard for the rest of your life and not receive any praise for it? I'd rather actually do the work. Rather punch a nun or get punched by a nun? I'd rather punch a nun. Let me at him. Rather lose all your money you've earned this year or lose all memories you gained this year? Lose all the money I've earned this year. Fuck that. Would you rather flip a coin for a chance to win $20 immediately or immediately win 10? Uh, there's no downside, so I'd rather flip. It's a 50-50, so yeah. Would you rather know how you die or know when you? I'd rather know how. You'd rather be blind but able to see crystal clear underwater, or always deaf? Crystal clear underwater. Would you rather give up all internet and social media and be able to travel the world for free, or have the best internet in the world but never leave your house? Best internet in the world and never leave my house. But I'd get fucking agitated. Would you rather walk around? Would you rather walk barefoot across the bed of hot coals, or walk barefoot through a pitch black snake infested corridor? Coals, please. Would you rather be the judge who sentences people to death, or the executioner in charge of killing them? Uh, I think I'd rather be the judge. Rather have a witch cast a nasty hex on you where you always have bad luck, or be haunted by a demon intent on possessing you? I'd rather be hunted by a demon because I think I can handle that better than just bad luck. Would you rather be married to someone incredibly beautiful who doesn't find you attractive, or be married to someone who's not even remotely you're not remotely attracted to you? Uh, I, I don't know. This is another hard one. Because, like, if I'm not attracted to them, but they find me incredibly attracted, then. Because both these situations sucks. Both suck. They don't find me attractive, so they're cheating. But if they found me attracted, but I wasn't attracted to them, could be like best friends, to be honest. I think, but if the other way around, I would be wanting too much, and I would ruin it. So I think married to someone who I'm not attracted to. Would you rather work in a high-paying job that you desire, or a low-paying job? Oh, despise, or a low-paying job that I love. That's currently what I'm doing. Would you rather walk 1 mile home while wearing nothing but a pair of socks, or be fully clothed and have to walk 100 miles to go? And 1 mile naked. Would you rather find $5 in your pocket, or have grab 100 out of a public toilet? Uh, Honestly, I don't, I don't know. I think $5 in my pocket. I don't want to reach into the fucking toilet. Would you rather have 10 of your favorite book or 100 of your favorite books but never watch a movie again, or have 100 of your favorite movies but never read a book again? I'd give up books for movies, bro. I already don't read. Would you rather take 20 minutes? Would you rather always be 20 minutes late or 2 hours early to everything? Oh God, 20 minutes late, please. I. Would you rather find a dead body or witness to a deadly assault? Because witness means I can't stop it. I'd rather find a dead body than witness it. Would you rather be able to change your past or see what the future holds? I want to see what the future holds. Because if I change the past, yeah, it might make a better life, but I won't be me then. One great friend or 100 mediocre friends? One great, please. All your teeth or lose 1 day off of your life every time you kiss someone? I mean, 1 day. I'll live forever, bro. Would you rather win the lottery and lose a ticket before you collect money, or your worst enemy? I'd rather see my worst enemy win. Would you rather find true love or have the job of your dreams? True love, please. Uh, Rather a pause button or a rewind button? I think rewind would be the more useful for me. Just rewind it and play. But at the same time, because that's not going backwards in time, making those decisions, like living my life over again. This is just doing a quick replay. Or pause button. Actually, pause might be more fun. Yeah, pause. Pause is what I would do. Would you rather drown to death in gasoline or be boiled to death in water? I'd rather drown. Would you rather make new friend every day or get $100 a day for nothing but never have friends again? I'd rather make a new friend every day. Rather die to save your family or sacrifice your family to save yourself? I'd rather die to save my dad. Uh, would you rather always be hated by those closest to you, something you didn't do, or have hurt everyone you care about, but they'll never find out it was? I'd rather be hated than actually hurt. Would you rather sleep with your worst enemy or sleep with someone who you know has as many incurable STDs? My worst enemy. I'd rather get incurable STDs. Would you rather only eat food you don't like or give up all liquids except for water? All liquids except for water, please. Would you rather always listen to music at max volume or always listen to music just above the lowest volume? Max volume, please. I already do that. Would you rather meet your hero and find out they don't like you or never meet your hero at all? Hero. My hero doesn't need to like me. I look up to them. That's fine. Would you rather never have a pet for the rest of your life or never have friends for the rest of your life? I think I'd rather not have a pet than friends. As much as I love pets and however much I need a pet, I would die without my friends. Would you rather live in a excruciating pain for the rest of your life or pain free but everyone you know and love will live in excruciating? I'd rather be in pain than my friends and family. Answering my questions. We're not done yet. For we have made it through the many categories except for one. These final questions will be from deep within. Want to see your soul. I want to see the heartbeat quicken. I want to learn all that you know. I want to see what makes you think. I want to know what makes you tick. I want to know your darkest truths. I want to know what makes you sick. Ugh. I want to expel the truth from you. I want to feed on your precious fate. I want to learn of all you love and bathe in all your hate. So one last time we sit together as we wait the final revelation. These are the last questions I have. The last examination. Take your time. Do think hard. Savor over every moment dearly. For when I finally finish with you, you will see it all so clearly. Here we go. Choose one of these words that makes resonate this very moment. Imputant, volatile, unclear, insane, destructive, morbid. Unclear. One of the words that curious, fascinating, intrigued, inquisitive, interested. I'm interested. I'm more curious. Curious, yeah. Yes, I have. Have you ever heard someone whom you know didn't deserve it? I'm sure I have. Have you ever lost your temper when you know you shouldn't have? Yes. Have you ever intentionally hurt an animal? No. Have you ever blamed someone for something that you know they didn't do? Yes. Have you ever abandoned a pet? No, I have not. Have you ever abandoned a loved one in their time of need? I don't think so. I can't think of a time where I have. No. I do my best to be there when the people need me to be. If I have done it, it was completely accidental, so it's not abandonment. So, no. Have you ever stolen something from someone that you cared about? I haven't. I've stolen a pretzel. That's all I've stolen in my life. Have you ever broken something to spite someone that you cared about? No. Ever played with the victim in a situation even though you know you hadn't been wrong? No. Even when I am wrong, I hate being a victim. Have I ever had romantic feelings for someone who wasn't my partner while I was in a relationship? No. Have you ever wished for the death of someone who had wronged you? No, I haven't. As much as I hate my mom and I joke about it, I've never actually wished her to be dead. Honestly. I don't care enough to wish she was dead. And same with the people that I've had other issues with. So no, I haven't. Have you ever wished for the death of a loved one? No, I haven't. If you knew that writing someone's name on a piece of paper could instantly cause their death, would you write down anyone's name? No. Do you feel like you spend more time with the other ones than you currently do? Yes, I definitely do. Have you ever owed someone an apology but refused to apologize to them? Not refuse, maybe postponed, but no, I haven't refused. Do you ever regret worrying too much about things you can't control? Yes. Do you ever feel like your negativity brings other people down? Yes, I do, all the time. Do you ever regret not standing up for yourself when you feel like you've been wronged? Yeah. Do you ever feel like you let others influence your decisions making too much? Yes, I do. Do you ever wish that you lived a more honest life? Yes. Has your dishonesty ever caused someone else to suffer? I don't think so. I have not witnessed any suffering from me lying to someone, so no. Have you ever had someone leave your life before you had the chance to tell them something important? Yeah, I have. Do you ever feel like you prioritize people in your life that are unworthy of your time? Yeah, a few people. Do you ever feel like you prioritize your own wants before those who need you most? No, I don't think so. Well, maybe I have. People that need me. No one's needed me for a while, so I have been focusing on me lately. But no, I don't think I have. I mean, I could be wrong. I might have. I'm gonna say no. Just yeah. I feel like you spend too much time working towards something you're not truly passionate. Yes. Do you ever feel like you're living up to your full potential? You feel like you're living up to your full potential? No, I don't. Do you ever let your fears stop you from pursuing the things you truly want? Yes, I do. I'm scared of attempting voice acting because I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Have you ever refused to try something because you were afraid that you would fail? I just said yes. Have you ever been attracted to someone but refused to let them know because you were afraid of being rejected? Yes. I'm trying not to do that anymore, but yes, I have. Do you ever feel as though you're chasing the wrong things in life? Yes. Do you ever feel like you spend too much time planning for the future and ignoring the present? Yes. Do you ever feel like your friends and family like you more than you like them? No. Have you ever loved a pet more than your family? The vast majority of my family, yes, I have loved pets more than them. But the people that I really love in my family, no. Do you ever make up excuses to give going to events instead of just telling the person who invited you don't want to go? Yes, I have. I've tried to. My best friend doesn't let me do that. But yes, I do that. Do you ever feel like you spend more time with technology than building stronger bonds with family and friends? Yes, I do. Have you ever defended someone that you shouldn't have? I'm sure I have. Yes, I have. Yes. Do you sometimes have a hard time admitting when you're wrong? All the time. I'm never wrong. I'm always right. Do you ever place the blame on your personal for your personal feelings on some? No, it's all me. Have you ever accused someone of something with no real evidence to back it up? I'm sure I have. Just to be safe, I'm gonna say yes. Yeah, yeah, I have. I have. Yes. You ever had sex with someone whom you know you shouldn't have? I've only had one partner. I guess at some points I know I shouldn't have had sex with them. So yes, yes. Have you ever had any kind of relationship with someone who you shouldn't have? Yes, yes. Have you had ever let a relationship degrade because you were afraid of being the one to break up with someone? No. Yes. No. 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 I'm more than willing to end a relationship if I see it leaving. Do you ever feel like you could take better care of your own health? Yes. Do you ever let someone else take the blame for something you did? I don't think so. No, I own up to my. Yeah, I own up to my mistakes. Have you ever acquired something that you didn't really want just because someone else wanted it? So, like, I wanted to outperform someone and got the thing that they wanted. I'm. I haven't. I do that as a joke, mainly to give it to them. But in all seriousness, it's not just because someone else wanted it. I wanted to tease them about it. So, no. You ever feel like you're not living up to others' expectations all the time? Have you ever walked out of someone's life without any explanation? Uh, I don't know. Yes, I have. Do you ever feel like you focus more on the negative aspects of your life and what you don't have rather than being grateful for what you do have? Yes, I do. It's very bad, but I do. You ever witnessed someone being wronged but didn't have the courage to stand up for them? A lot of the time. Finally. You feel like you're a good person? No. Very interesting. I can answer that like fast. I don't think it would. That concludes the ending of your examination. Your mind, I have dug myself a hole. I will analyze your answers very carefully. Now it's time to gaze into your soul. It's preposterous. It simply cannot be. I have expected every potential outcome, but yours seems to have evaded me. I was prepared to tell you your fate, play upon your fear, to break down to break the worst of news to you. Plant the seeds of doubt within your ears. But as I've asked you to be honest with me, I must in turn be honest with you. As much as I wish to lie, I am forever shackled to the truth. From what I can deduct from deep within, from everything you've shared with me. In return, I shall share this with you. This is what I see. This is very interesting. You're not as naive as you come across. I mean, that in a good way, for the record. You can be skeptical sometimes, and you're nobody's fool. And even when someone manages to pull a fast one on you, good luck to them to try to make it happen twice. You're highly intelligent. You learn from your mistakes, which has taken you very far in life thus far. However, the issue is, you spend a lot of extra time second-guessing yourself, or others at times, and you waste a lot of valuable time trying to figure out the motives of another, rather than just going along with the flow and seeing what happens. This is a defense mechanism that your mind has created to prevent you from being swindled or potentially hurt. This is both good and bad, as it can protect you from a lot of negative situations. However, it can also hinder you by forcing you to miss a lot of incredible opportunities by taking a chance. My advice to you would be to open up a little bit more. Let down your hair, let down your guard. Let your guard down. Let your walls down. You will feel so much better and get so much further in your life's goals if you just take a moment to relax and say yes more often to new opportunities. Stop spending so much time thinking about what could go wrong. Cut it down to only 1 second of thinking of what could go right. You'll miss 100% of the opportunities you do not take. And not everyone is out to get you. But I think you'll be very surprised about how much of a positive impact this can have on your life forward. I hope this information helps you achieve your goals. Your secret word is trusting. Remember this word. It will come in handy. Okay. Power, reveal, trusting. Honestly, this is the only one that feels right to me so far. Well, the other ones, I didn't feel like they were accurate to me, but that might be my self-hate and my own walls being up, like this one saying. But this one, it is extremely accurate. Thank you, Destiny, for getting a little journey. Received an ending that you'd already received before from a did not ask your secret word. That should be very, very special. If your results was the same as something you got previously, we'd like to add the phrase twin words to your next secret words comment. If you reach an entirely new outcome, then that means you've got multiple layers of things to work on in your journey, or you may just have an extra layer of depth in your personality. But only you will know the answer to that. I mean, they're all very accurate, to be fair, I'm sure. You've answered hundreds of questions. You found deeper meaning. You've been enlightened, and you helped others find enlightenment. Many people have wondered just what this test series is truly about. But it's simple. The answer is always so much more simple than we believe them to be. Test is about you. The reflection of your darkened screen. The only one who sees the answers. The person seeks the answers. More than being about the answers, the test is more about the questions. About making you think, about encouraging you to open up and admit that you're just as human as everyone else. The test is about unity. The test is about compassion. The test is about bringing people together, showing the world that we're not so different after all. Look at the secret words that have been left in the comments. Look at all the thousands of people who are just like you. We all feel so lonely sometimes. We all feel flawed. We all feel pain. That's because every single one of us is human. The world judges one other based on many variables, but they're not the most hypocritical set of variables imagined. But they're the most, okay. We judge each other. We are judged ourselves by our peers who do the same exact shit that they judge us for in the end. And we judge them for it too. You feel flawed because you are flawed. You feel afraid because you have the right to be. You feel overwhelmed because the world is overwhelming. Depression is overwhelming. Anxiety is overwhelming. Our problems are overwhelming. Suicide is an epidemic. Losing the ones we love before their time. And any one of us can fall on the hardest times in our lives at any given moment and lose everything we know and love instantly and unexpectedly. But one thing we're not is alone. You are never alone. We're all flawed because we are all human. We're all scared because we're all human. We all fight these battles every single day because we are all human. But you never have to feel alone in your fight. Look at all those secret words that have been gathered together that match yours. Look at all those words that do not match yours. Perhaps these people are going through the struggles that you have yet to experience or know nothing about. And perhaps some others know not of yours either. But don't judge those who are struggling. Help them, just as you wish to be helped in your time of need. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Reach out for those who are. Everyone is suffering. Some of us just quieter than others. We're all in this together. Test series has helped bring so many people together and make so many people feel less alone. We've read your comments, and others are free to do so. We've read about how these games have helped you, and we read about how much positivity they spread. We've read how many people say in their lives that are forever changed. I'll tell you one thing. If even one life was saved by the process of the social experiment, then it was worth conducting. Every single one of you that left a comment, hero. By leaving your comments, you've helped spread the message out to others. Helped spread the positive light in a very dark time for so many people. And those people have you to thank for it. There are so many people in this world that do nothing for others, and they'll continue to do nothing for others. They won't lift a finger to help others around them because they don't understand that someone is suffering just as much as they are. They're too afraid to open up about it. Not us. We'll all open up quite a lot, haven't we? We were brave enough to answer these questions that so many people were feared admitting to. You're brave enough to take the chance and leave a secret word as a symbol of our participation. For that, Random Studios would like to thank you by not only placing your name in the credits of end of one of your games, so the world knows of your good deeds and spreading the word, participating. We've also got another surprise for you. Anyone who has left a comment and title on our titles, continue to do so for future titles, will be put into the credits of our new massive project that we've been working on. That's not the good part. We will also be going through and selecting names for those who leave comments on all of our titles, putting their names right into the actual game storyline, whether it be a specific item, a piece of lore, character named after them, and so much more. Contributed your time and energy and helped us others in need. Want to make sure you're commemorated for your efforts and get the admiration. Now, as far as your secret words go, your secret words will play a pivotal role in our new project. We'll plug your secret words into different parts of the journey, and they are requested of you. They will alter the game in a way that uniquely set your specific words. This is an RPG where every choice matters, where every decision you make changes something about your session. This is an RPG that focuses on every human emotion and decisions we make and how those decisions make us feel. Keep an eye out for your future project, Chasing Demons, where every NPC from all our titles will be represented with a storyline. A world that gets to see how they all stay together. You helped shape it, you helped make it what it is. And we will be sure to continue and add more layers into that lore gameplay as we read more and more of the comments left in our titles all the way up until its official release. And again, to commemorate those who participate all across all of our titles, we will periodically selecting names from all our titles. Thank you so much for everything you've done for us, everything you continue to do for the world. We greatly appreciate your feedback and support. We've read every single review and comment left for us. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for everything you do. Thank you for playing, and thank you for contributing your secret words to our projects. A word from the developers. If any of these games even save one life, it's all worth it. That you're a part of that. Part of the saving. Most people will live their entire lives having a special life. If you didn't participate, you find any self from this series. Just by spreading the word, you've helped others do find benefit. Moving text fucks with my brain. I don't know why. This side note to anyone who has taken. We will also be held at Shoji. Oh, okay. In the meantime, we would like to recommend a title called The Advisor. So it provides a great opportunity to players / developer interaction and allows players to cast votes on where. Okay. The choice matters types of story. You as the player and are responsible for how the story is written in future episodes. Oh, that's neat. With that being said, keep hold of your secret words. You're going to need them for your. Oh. I will peel the truth from flesh like petals from the blackened rose. Loves me. Don't. She loves me not. She loves me. Please, I beg of you. Loves me not. Ah. She loves me. She loves me not. Never love a monster like you. I don't remember the voice I gave him in the first one. So let her choice take its toll. And in her cell, she rot. Well, that was the test trilogy. I guess we're gonna look out for the Chasing Demons game. I'm ready for that. There's a couple more games that were included in the bundle for the test trilogy, which I will be playing at a later time. I'm not doing that. Mainly because I want to finish up the stream since it's past midnight. So yeah. But thank you, developers. From Random. But yeah, thank you. And thanks for anyone who joined me on this little thing. I hope you learned a thing or two about me. Maybe not. But